Hi everyone, it's Monica and welcome back to Taylor Made Cards for You. Well, a couple of days ago I shared with you my Passport Card Plus, and we created the first part of the Passport Card Plus, which was the passport card. Well, today we're going to create the Plus, and the Plus is an envelope. So this is really easy. All you're going to need to do is, and you're going to score this piece of paper at the 1/2 inch mark, and then again at the 5.5 inch mark. Now, once you have your score marks, go ahead and make sure they're nice and scored. You want to make sure that they fold really easily, because you're going to go ahead and fold over that 1/2 inch score, and you're going to cut off the excess, as I'm doing here. And once you have it cut off, then you want to cut off also about 2 inches off of one side. So the way that I typically do this is I will just score the 2 inches up to the score line, and then I'll cut off that piece of extra flap. And that's going to be the top part of your envelope. Get a piece of paper that's 8.5 by 11. And then we're going to go ahead and put that envelope aside, and we're going to trim our paper. Now, in the photo booth kit, you got this really nice big piece of paper that has all sorts of vintage cameras and the word photo on top of it. And this is perfect for the oversized envelope. So just trim off the excess white portion on the paper and put it aside for when we're ready to use it. All right, so this is a little extra that I added. If you don't have this tissue paper, you can always just add some of the designer cardstock for the top flap. But since I had this tissue paper from Tim Holtz, and it also had photographs, I decided to go ahead and use this. Now, I did decide to use the tissue paper because it was a nice contrast. I could have easily used the same paper. I had plenty on my 8.5 by 11 sheet, but I wanted to go ahead and create some contrast. Now, if you've never worked with this tissue paper, you want to be really careful because it is very delicate. And the way that I'm going to be adhering it is with some Mod Podge, but you can use collage medium as well. So using a paintbrush, I'm just going to go ahead and add some of the Mod Podge to the inside part of the envelope. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my tissue paper. Now, as you can see, the tissue paper is really delicate, and when it gets moist, it can easily tear. So you're going to want to be careful. You're just going to want to put enough to make sure that it adheres, because remember, we're going to close this envelope up, and for the most part, only the top part of the tissue paper is going to show. So once you have your paper adhered, you're going to want to go ahead and trim the corners, and then you're going to add some walnut stain. If you don't have walnut stain, just use any type of distress ink to be able to make it look a little bit more aged. And then once you're ready, add your tape to the flap that you folded over at 1/2 inch and glue it down. And now you have the closure of your envelope. Now remember, you're going to also have to add tape to the bottom portion of the envelope. I didn't show that here, but you're going to definitely want to do that. Otherwise, any of the pieces of ephemera that you put in your envelope are going to come right through. So make sure that you add some tape to the bottom portion as well. And then once you have your envelope, it's just a matter of decorating it. I didn't even trim down my paper. I just added some glue. I was really generous with it. And then once I glued it down, I just cut around the edges, just very simple. And then of course I added some more of my walnut stain around the edges just because I like to do that. And then I was ready to add my passport card to the top of it. Now if you want to round the corners like I did here, you can definitely do that. And that's just a nice final touch. All right, so let's go ahead and add this passport card. This is the passport card we created a couple of days ago. And all I'm going to do is add some tape to it and adhere it to the left side and the bottom. So you're going to want to line it up perfectly so that way it looks like it's part of the whole design. And that's it. I hope that you've enjoyed my video on how to create the Passport Card Plus. I broke it down for you to make it really easy, and if you love making passport cards, you're going to really love adding these fun little envelopes to your passport cards. All right, so if you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this Passport Card Plus. If you would like to get this kit, it is available in the shop, and it is my kit of the month. I will leave links in the description box below for you. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for stopping by, and we'll see you again next time.